Hello to all my Teamster brothers and sisters back home in Louisville. My name is Stephen Piercy. I am the Communications Director for Teamsters Local 89. I'm out here in Nevada with the elected delegates for Teamsters 89. And today was the first day of the 29th Teamsters Convention. So we thought we'd do a little something different and do a kind of a video breakdown of kind of the events that happened today. So since we're not back there with you guys, so that you can see kind of what's going on out here right now. So I've got my notes here on my screen I'll be looking off of. They're not in the exact order they happened at the convention. I moved them around a little bit to make it flow a little bit better. But we'll just go ahead and get started. So the convention was called to order at 9:30 a.m. That's Pacific time. There was a nice little musical introduction and a video featuring Teamsters from all over the country and all sorts of different trades and industries, talking about the pride they have as being Teamsters members. It was reported that there are 1,327 delegates, 568 alternates, and 1,597 guests attending the convention this year. That brings the total of members here up to 3,492, which is a very impressive showing of Teamsters strength. The Anderson County Fire Department, which is a local fire department here in Nevada, they were brought in to present the colors, and then the Pledge of Allegiance to the American and Canadian flags were given, and the national anthem for the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico were all sang by either members or people connected to the Teamsters in some way, like a member's daughter or son. The various IBT directors for the different divisions were introduced, and then after that, the secretary-treasurers of the three local unions that are here in Las Vegas, they came up to speak for a little bit. All three of those local unions had a major hand in putting this convention together, so they came up and kind of talked about their experience with the convention and what they did to put everything together. Then the convention committees, co-chairs, and the IBT office staff who helped get everything set up in the last couple weeks were recognized for all the work they put into the convention. After that, there was an invocation given, and following that was a moment of silence for all the Teamsters who have passed away in the 5 years since the last convention. There was a pretty moving video tribute put up and a song playing while names of just hundreds of Teamsters who have unfortunately passed away scrolled down a video screen in the convention center. Some of them were from Local 89. Some of them we have already reported on in the past couple years. So it was a really touching but sobering moment. But it was a very nice tribute. There was also a tribute to the Teamsters who lost their lives in the San Bernardino shootings in California. The area that shooting took place in was a Teamsters employer, so there were a lot of, unfortunately, Teamsters who died in that attack. It was announced that Teamsters members following that shooting donated $200,000 to the families of the victims. So that was really nice to hear. It was just a good gesture that our members made to those families. Teamsters Local 237 reported on a gender discrimination lawsuit that they had filed for school safety agents. They won that lawsuit. It resulted in them those members making $9,000 more per year and a pretty decent back pay settlement. I believe it was $7,000. I don't have that in my notes, but I believe that's what it was. Following that, there was a brief video presentation for the Let's Get America Working initiative. That initiative is basically an attempt to get Congress to start acting on America's failing infrastructure system. So, we've all drove on roads or bridges that are in ill repair and desperately need more resources and more manpower put behind them to get them up to speed. So that's the primary push of the Let's Get America Working initiative, is to get Congress to start acting on that, start putting money into roads and bridges, railways out in the West. Water is a big thing out in the West, and that's part of infrastructure. So that's a really good initiative. Hopefully we'll have luck with that. TPP, or the Trans-Pacific Partnership, was discussed at great detail. If anyone's been following TPP, it currently looks like it's dead in the water, and that's a great thing because it was basically a supercharged version of NAFTA, which in the 90s really did serious damage to American jobs in manufacturing and industry, and the ramifications of that are still being felt today. So we definitely don't want something like TPP to come in and start doing that all over again. That also led into the first resolution of the convention. Now, a resolution is basically a suggestion that the delegates at the convention vote on whether to accept or reject, that asks the IBT and local unions and joint councils to act on whatever that resolution states. This particular resolution was about trade, so it was condemning TPP and NAFTA in the past and asking for Congress to instead focus on reforming our trade policies to keep American jobs here and bring manufacturing back up in the United States and make sure that those jobs are jobs that are able to organize and really help build the middle class back up. So that was a good resolution. It passed. I believe it passed unanimously. There was a second resolution that was about organizing in the public sector. Most of the Teamsters is private sector, but we do actually have a lot of public sector members as well. And basically, this resolution was asking that the IBT and local unions and joint councils start putting more emphasis on organizing currently unorganized public sector employees to help both them and to help build the union up. So that was another good resolution. It also passed again. I believe that was unanimous. Those were the major things that happened today. Today, being the first day of the convention, the majority of it was just introductions and talking about the rules of the convention, a lot of parliamentary procedures, just to kind of set the agenda for the rest of the week. So the rest of the week we'll have much more interesting, bigger things going on. A lot more news will be coming out. Things like constitutional amendments and nominations for office will happen further in the week, and we will continue to report on that throughout the week, whether it's by video or by Facebook or Twitter. We will be keeping you guys informed as best we can. So stay tuned for more updates, and thank you for watching.